As we speak, the US is hastening the arrival of the most anticipated time of year. The time where parents excitedly go to show their deepest appreciation for their beloved teachers with absolutely unnecessary and hideous mugs stuffed with low-grade hot cocoa packets that will most likely contribute to their teachers' type 2 diabetes and eventual gut problems. And admittedly or not, everybody wants something this holiday season, and that includes pianists, and I know what pianists secretly want. It's not a mug. Please don't get me a mug. I really don't want your mug. But this thing they want is also something that they secretly fear, and I know it because I feared it myself. This gift, this coveted tool, this thing that can help you in the most dire of circumstances, but at the same time can suddenly free you into the person you've always wanted to be. The term improvisation. Oh yes, as scary as this bee that's about to attack me. A creative musician desperately wants to learn how to improvise, and that is what we're going to talk about in this video. Tip number 1, it's not actually improv. I'm a classical girly. I like reading sheet music. If you search up the term improvisation on YouTube, you're gonna find a lot of jazz stuff. And that's fun and dandy. I took jazz improvisation in college. I learned about the chord lead sheets and the jazz voice leadings and the chord changes and the 2-5-1s and chordal extensions, flat 9, flat 7, sharp 13, whatever nonsense. And I'm not interested in that, okay? I'm a lazy improviser. I'm talking about when they come and hire you as a pianist for a funeral or a wedding, and they say, hey, can you fill the silence? And yeah, you're not probably gonna wanna play some funky jazz intro at a funeral. That'd be kind of obnoxious. I take a really easy book, like Easy Classics to Moderns. Don't worry about why it says Natalie, that's a different story. I'm gonna pick out a random piece. Not looking. Okay, I got the Scherzo by Cornelius Gerlet. That sounds really fun. Let's do this. So I was pretty much reading that straight, basic sight reading, but I started to add some things. So in the first measure, I'm seeing an F major chord being arpeggiated with this dotted rhythm. And I'm seeing just a random C octave. Instead of playing that C octave, I'm gonna break it up into its own arpeggiated chord. Yeah, it's nice. Now I'm gonna start adding some scales. Some inversions. How I'm already transforming that just by using some arpeggios, scales, and chords. The next point of business is I'm going to change the rhythm. Also, when I was changing the rhythm, I was using some dynamic contrast because we love the contrast, you know, the red and the green and all the loud and soft. We love contrast in music. Do you see how simple it was to just transform just 2 measures from something as basic as this? And make it sound completely different. Yes, this is pretty basic improvising, but as a child, I used to be terrified of improvising, thinking I was doing something wrong or thinking it had to be more complicated than it is, when really it's just adjusting the core foundational principles of your piece. The scales, the chords, and the arpeggios slightly. Tip number 2 is dare to be boring with your improv. You don't want to be adding every single grace note, every single ornamentation. Like, I mean, could you imagine if I played it like this? And then sounds completely unnatural. Just because you have lots of eggs in your fridge, lots of pumpkin spice, lots of vanilla extract, doesn't mean you need to be dumping all of them on your cake. All of a sudden, you're gonna be eating that cake, and then, like I said, you're probably well on your way to type 2 diabetes. Nobody will eat that cake. You're gonna puke, you're gonna vomit. All of a sudden, you'll realize you had a cinnamon allergy you didn't know you had. Your doctor will say, why did you add that much cinnamon? And you'll say, well, I was just trying to improvise my way to creating a better cake. The doctor will say, I don't think you should have done that. Who do you think you are? You're not Martha Stewart. Can't take those kind of risks. So don't be too risky. We want to dare to be boring. Now you might be wondering, where am I getting all these fancy dancy ideas for improvising? Well, usually I have this handy dandy magnifying glass, and it's a very important magnifying glass. I find all my best solutions with this magnifying glass, and I'll take some complicated music that I probably can't read, like for example this Beethoven book of sonatas, and I'll take my magnifying glass and reverse engineer exactly what Beethoven decided to do. Like, let's say I'm not really in love with some of the left-hand accompaniment patterns I've been using, so I'll just take a look and I'm like, yeah, I think I like that. Yep, I'll actually play some of these. I might use that in one of my in my scherzo by Cornelius Gurlitt. Oh, it looks like he did it all the time. Look at this. He liked doing that. He liked going back and forth. I'm gonna maybe practice that a little bit. Oh, look at this. He did a funky scale right here. What kind of scale is that? I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. Let's see, I'm gonna find something else with my magnifying glass. Yeah, that honestly just looks like half steps. Oh, let's see. Oh, wait. You know, I'm gonna start including some of these elements that I'm finding in Mr. Awesome improviser named Beethoven. He obviously improvised almost every single day, and maybe that's how we're going to get better at improvising, doing it more often, because doing it more often will reveal your deficiencies, and nobody wants to be playing same exact improv every day. Why do you think he created 32 sonatas? Because he probably got bored of using the same old gimmicks every time. We need to add new things to our toolbox, but specifically with this magnifying glass. Let me know down in the comments if you learned something from this video. Maybe you're an expert at improvising, but you didn't know about this magnifying glass. Maybe you want this magnifying glass to help you during your trials of, you know, figuring out this improvising deal. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Are you hitting the like button right now? Make sure you're hitting it, okay? I'm watching you. Alright, I will see you guys next week. Bye, everybody. My hat is a filthy mess. Ooh, it's really hot out here. My neighbor is really wondering what I'm doing out here.